Okay, welcome back to this week's report. You know, last week was unbelievable as far as surface temperatures rising into the mid-50s, but last weekend's rain and snow really cooled things down a bit. Still catching a ton of fish, just kind of had to adjust the way you're fishing. You know, last week we were throwing a ton of jerk baits for smallmouth, pitching jigs and shiners, jigs and paddle tail, but now as we get towards the weekend, things are really starting to heat up again, and the fishing remains very, very good. Just a lot of fun. Look at this fish, just inhaled that bait. You could tell he wanted that. Nice fish. Oh, that's fun. That's what I love about this time of year. You know, the smallmouth, the walleyes, they're all kind of mixed in together. You know, you're fishing a lot of the same rock piles. With that cool down, a lot of the fish slid off the edges and they're in the depression areas. However, as soon as that water temp warms up or the sun gets high in the sky, those fish will slip right back up on the reef. Tim's got a nice smallie back there. Double up on walleyes and smallmouth. Man, that's hard to beat. I felt that one crack the braid. Again on the paddle tail. They just love that impulse paddle minnow, especially these big girls. All right, nice fish. You know, when I'm pitching these paddle tails or these paddle minnows, you know, it's pretty aggressive. Even though the water's pretty cold, you're still kind of working these baits fast. Pitching them out there, letting them hit the bottom, and then just picking up the slack, letting it fall. And it's really just a rip and fall. And most of the fish are hitting it either on the fall or on the bottom. You know, the last two fish I've caught, you can feel that braid tick. And it's just really, really effective. Just like that, as that bait falls or lays on the bottom, that's almost always when you get those strikes. Oh, another nice gold one. You can tell they've been hanging out in the rocks when they get that nice gold color, gold and green. And with a lot of the rain that we had last weekend, some of these areas where, you know, the wind was really blowing in or there's a lot of feeder creeks around the lake, the water's really, really stained. So throwing these bright baits or pitching those bright paddle tails is really key to catching, you know, more fish. If you're coming up to the lake this weekend, make sure you're bringing plenty of different baits. You know, obviously swim baits, jerk baits, a variety of plastics as these water temps are starting to warm once again back into the mid-50s. A lot of options open up for walleye anglers and then of course bass anglers. It's bass opener this weekend and it's also Memorial Day weekend, so happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. Until next week, I'm Tony Roach, and we'll see you on the water.